Hey guys! So today I'm going to try to review my first book. Shock looks here. The book that I'm reviewing is Tiger Lily by Jodi Lynn Anderson, which I got from the library, and it's in my library haul. This book was really good, and I am a huge fan of Peter Pan. Although I've never actually read the Peter Pan book. I've had it since I was about 9 years old, and I still have the original copy over on my bookshelf. But I've never read it, I've never really liked it. But I have seen every movie adaptation of Peter Pan ever made, and I own them all downstairs. And any movie that's Peter Pan related, like Finding Neverland. I have that too. Okay, so I know my Peter Pan. Which is why this book was so good for me, because I know the Peter Pan story, and I know what I know, and this is like the untold story. And I understand that the story isn't actually part of the real Peter Pan story, and this is sort of just like published fan fiction, but I feel like it answered a lot of questions that you may or may not have had, depending on how well you paid attention to any of the films or the book. Well, I can't really compare it to what happens in the book, but I'm just gonna pretend that the book is like every other Peter Pan movie. 15-year-old Tiger Lily doesn't believe in love stories or happy endings. Then she meets the alluring teenage Peter Pan in the forbidden woods of Neverland, and he immediately falls under his spell. Peter isn't like anyone she's ever known. Impetuous and brave, he both scares and enthralls her. As the leader of the Lost Boys, the most fearsome of Neverland's inhabitants, Peter is an unthinkable match for Tiger Lily. Soon, she is risking everything, her family, her future, to be with him. When she is faced with marriage to a terrible man in her own tribe, she must choose between the life that she's always known and running away in an uncertain future with Peter. With enemies threatening to tear them apart, the lovers seem doomed. But it's the arrival of Wendy Darling, an English girl who's everything Tiger Lily is not, that leads Tiger Lily to discover the most dangerous enemies can live inside even the most loyal and loving heart. From the New York Times best-selling author of Peaches comes a magical and enthralling story of the romance between a fearless heroine and the boy who wouldn't grow up. So basically, it's just about Tiger Lily's life and how she meets Peter Pan and falls in love with Peter Pan, and then the reasons behind the events involving Tiger Lily and Peter Pan in the books and movies. It explains like how she got captured, why they thought that she knew where Peter Pan was, because they were dating. That's why. So, and it's actually interestingly enough told from Tinkerbell's perspective. And Tinkerbell can't talk, so she never really talks back to them. And she's just an observer, and it's like her observation journal of them and her thoughts and feelings. And you find that Tinkerbell grows to love Tiger Lily, but then she falls in love with Peter, and she's torn between the two, and at one point she has to choose, and she runs away, and Tinkerbell like runs away from home, and it's just amazing. Before Wendy comes in on her ship, there's a shipwreck where, what's the guy's name? Oh, Philip, that's right. Tiger Lily rescues this guy Philip who shipwrecks, and eventually he moves into their tribe. And at first he's not allowed to live in the tribe because on Neverland you don't grow older. So they all think that the outsiders from England and stuff carry this disease called aging, and then if they're around them they'll catch it too, and then they'll grow old and die, because nobody dies in Neverland. Unless, they die of a tragedy. If I had to rate this book, I'd probably give it a 4 out of 5 stars. It was a really easy read, partially because I was so into it, but also it is for a younger audience, and it is just, when you get down to it, it really is just published fan fiction. Really good published fan fiction, but still, it's an unauthorized sequel by someone who is not the original author, therefore making it publicized fan fiction. That's what it is. It's definitely something I would recommend reading if you love stories, or Peter Pan, or Tinkerbell, or Tiger Lily, or anything. If you just love a good story, it's a good book. Oh, and if you had preconceived notions about Wendy, they're either going to be reconfirmed or denied. I mean, she's still depicted as innocent in this book in a way. I mean, yeah, she's just more annoying than anything. But I found her to be an even skankier, evil being after reading this book, because I didn't like Wendy when I was little. I never liked Wendy. So if you liked Wendy before reading this, you're probably not going to like her very much at the end, because she does a lot of things that undermine the great romance of the novel, and she's not the heroine in this story like she is in Peter Pan. And then if you didn't like Wendy like me, and thought that she was just a skanky little bitch, you're gonna think that she's this world's skankiest little bitch and a homewrecker. My first review on a book. Yeah. So, tell me what you thought, and don't forget to subscribe and like it and share it with your friends, because sharing is caring. Right? So, I will see you guys later. Bye.